हरिः ओम् श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदानश्चिन्वन्नोदिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे श्रीगुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ श्रीशङ्कराचार्य स्वामिने नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।
नमस्ते महोदय। लीना मेहुल्दामा भगिनी।
यस भगिनी। बन्धुरात्मात्मनस्तस्य येनात्मैवात्मना जितः अनात्मनस्तु शत्रुत्वे वर्तेतात्मैव शत्रुवत्।
उषा श्रीनिवासन भगिनी।
One second. जितात्मनः प्रशान्तस्य परमात्मा समाहितः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु तथा मानापमानयोः।
Chant the first line again.
जितात्मनः प्रशान्तस्य परमात्मा समाहितः.
When you're chanting, you don't have to put that visarga, no? You can straight away say Jitat Manas Prashantasya. The ha should be emphasized only when you have ksha after that, Otherwise, when you are not passing in that place, you should say Jitat Manas Prashantasya. Or in case you are going to chant Padam by Padam Jitatmanah Prashantasya Paramatma Samahitah, that is okay. But when you are chanting it fully, it should be Jitatmanah Prashantasya Paramatma Samahitah. So that ha need not be emphasized there.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
वीणा फानी श्री भगिनी। वीणा फानी श्री भगिनी। कृष्ण पावनी भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
Namaste.
ज्ञान विज्ञान तृप्तात्मा कूटस्थो विजितेन्द्रियः युक्त इत्युच्यते योगी समलोष्टाश्म काञ्चनः।
Good.
काश्मीरा भगिनी।
यस। सुहृन्मित्र्यार्युदासीन मध्यस्तद्वेष बन्धुषु साधुष्वपि च पापेषु समबुद्धिर्विशिष्यते।
Good. Next.
श्रीमती भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
Namaste.
योगी युञ्जीत सततम् आत्मानं रहसि स्थितः एकाकीयत चित्तात्मा एकाकीयत चित्तात्मा निराशीर परिग्रहः।
Good.
साई लक्ष्मी भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
Namaste.
शुचौ देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य स्थिरमासनमात्मनः नात्युच्छित्रं नातिनीचं Chailajinakushotharam.
Not Chitram. Natyushtritham nati nicham. Uchtritham. Uchtritham is higher. Na ati uchtritham. Natyushtritham nati nicham.
Natyuchritannati nicham. Chailajinakushotharam.
Good. So yesterday we did up to this shloka, and we said that we'll discuss this further. So now he's talking about how do you prepare for the asana. Asana means when you're going to go into meditation, you need to ensure that you are going to the right place and then do meditation. The previous shloka he said that Rahasi stitaha ekaki. Ekaki means secluded. You be alone, secluded place. Rahasi stitaha in a secretive place. Secretive place means in those days they will go to some Ganga Tira or in some kind of a cave and all. They'll go so that they are not disturbed by the other people. They want to be in a place where there are no disturbances, there is no noise, there's nothing is going to be coming in the way of their meditation, because external disturbances can definitely impact the meditative process. So ekaki rahasistitaha yata chittatma, and he is already a person who is nirashihi aparigraha, without any possessions, without any desires. Raga dveshas he has already overcome, and then he is now getting into the process of meditation. Yunji the Satatam Yogi, he is always engaged with the Brahman inside, or he is always engaged with some kind of a meditative thought process within himself. So now we are going to talk about how is that place, Desha, Shucho Deshe, the place where it has got to be done. Meditation should be done, should be a clean place. Okay, supposing we are all going to start practicing meditation, it is essential that we are going to be sitting in a place which is slightly Vistaram means, it should be having a lot of moving space, etc. Good ventilation should be there. You should have a lot of good breeze coming in. And then it should be in the puja room. If you are having a house where you've got a separate puja room, better do it in the puja room, because in the dining hall area or in the living area, there will be a lot of disturbance. Some people may, in the house, there will be some other activities of other people will be there, and that might come in the way of our meditative process. A bedroom should be avoided, because the bedrolls, etc., will be continuously used for a few days before their linen is washed. So better don't go Shucho Desha, because we want it to be a clean place. Best place one can think of will be a puja room. In case somebody has got a puja room, that will be the best place. And it should be clean. It should be cleaned up, and it should be very clean. There should not be any kind of dirt and other things there in that particular place. Do not dump that area. Keep that area as much as free. Very, very divine place. Shucho Deshe Pratishtapya. In the olden days, what they were doing when they were talking about rishis and all, they will ensure that they got a place which will be done with the cow dung, with water. They will ensure that the place is prepared properly, so that when the cow dung is all put over there in the mid of a forest or mid of the place where the rishis were having their ashram, it ensures that small insects will not come there. It is also a disinfectant naturally. So they'll have that kind of a place that is prepared, but it will be very, very clean. Okay, they will do a kind of cleaning of the floor and then putting all these kinds of cow dung thing, and then they make a place very clean so that they go to that place and then do the meditation. And then asanam sthiram, the place where you are going to sit has got to be stable. It should not be shaky. Sthiram asanam. And atmanaha. Atmanaha means atmanaha asanam. You are supposed to have the same seat for you. That seat is only for you. It is, yesterday also we talked about it. It is better that everybody tries to, even the officers, they try to ensure that the seat that they sit is not used by somebody else. They have their own seat. So this particular seat where you are doing meditation should be your own seat on which you go and do meditation every day. So Shucho Deshe Pratishtapya, establishing yourself in that place. Sthiramasanam, the place where you're sitting should not be rickety, rockety and all. Okay, it should be stable. And then na ati ushtritam. It should not happen that you go and sit in some place which is slightly higher, and when you are in deep meditation, it should not happen that you fall off. So na ati ushtritam, na ati nicham. Don't go into a place which is far below. There in the house, there may be a kind of sub-cellar area. Don't go to that kind of cellar area and then do these kinds of meditation. Na ati ushtritam, na ati nicham. And then in those days, the rishis and all, they were having Chaila, Ajina, Kusha, Uttaram. They were first having a spreading of the Kusha grass, that is darba. I think all of you are aware of darba. Darba is the one that is used by most of the people, Hindu priests and all, they do it. For all kinds of Vedic rituals, they use darba. They used to have a ring, or in this small ring made out of darba also, that's called pavitram. Then they put the darba under the place where they sit. Even when they are doing pitrukaryas also, we will say that when the people come, when the Brahmins come, they are offered darba. The place where they sit, they are given darba. Where they are sitting before feeding them, darba grass is taken and the place will be cleaned before putting the plantain leaf also. So the darba has got a very, very great property of purification. Okay, so they have the purification capability of that particular grass. Most of you might have also seen, no, in olden days during Grahana time, before the eclipse, they will take small piece of darba grass and put in all edible food. Like they may have buttermilk, they may have milk, they may have some kinds of dal, sambar, etc. They put that. When they have the darba grass in that, then the food does not get spoiled and it remains pure, because during grahana time certain things can have changes can take place in the food, but having a darba grass will have a lot of positive effect in terms of maintaining the purity of the food. So that is why they have a darba is supposed to be very, very pure also. That is the reason whenever any karma is done, anybody ritual is done, they will have a kind of pavitra made of darba, and then they also use darba in the place where they sit. So that is the specialty of darba. So first the kushala grass is spread. Okay, how do they spread it? Yeah, before this, I'll tell you one more thing. Normally, when you're doing when the meditation is done, you can face any one of the directions, but it is preferable that people who are looking at, understanding, having jnana and realizing themselves in this world, they should look towards north and do the meditation. Okay, so that is when you are sitting in meditative posture, your face should be you should be facing north. If you want to understand this, if you look at the Dakshinamurti, Dakshinamurti is Ishvara. That is, he is the first Guru. Adi Guru is Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti is called Dakshinamurti because he faces south. And then he is doing Upadesha for his disciples. And all the disciples who want to achieve moksha, they all face north. So north direction, when somebody faces and then does jnana, the dhyana, then they will be able to get a very good, faster way of getting into realization. That particular posture is supposed to provide, it will be conducive for somebody to achieve that kind of meditative things and then get that kind of whatever they are pursuing. If somebody is going to look at south, then generally it is not recommended. South is supposed to be for wealth. Somebody is praying not for moksha but for something else, and then they are looking at south and doing it, is primarily for wealth, but it also can cause a lot of troubles for the individual. So they avoid looking at south and doing meditation. East, if somebody is looking at east and doing that, east is supposed to provide a lot of happiness for the day-to-day samsara. If you are going to be a samsari and then you want to look at east, that is the reason why when we are doing puja on the house and all, no, we normally face east or face west. And facing west is going to provide you with arogya. Okay, so these are the directions that we normally have. But as far as doing dhyana, from the purpose of self-knowledge, it is recommended that one faces north. Okay, that is recommended. Why I'm telling you all these things, because when we start meditative classes, perhaps you can also see if it is possible to adapt some of these things. Some people will be able to adapt, some people have difficulty in adapting, but I'm just giving you all these small tips. When you are facing north and then doing meditation, in the case of these rishis who are doing meditation, they will look at north and do. And when they look at north, they ensure that the kushala grass that they have, the darba they have, they lay it east-west. Okay, they lay it east-west, and then the tip of the kushala grass will face east. So that is one of the kinds of shastras that mentioned. Kushala grass, it should be laid east-west with the tip always facing east. So they lay the kushala grass. And then the other reason why they were having kushala grass in the olden days was that they were all in the open, in the ashrams, etc. They may either have heat or in the cold it will be extremely cold. Kushala grass was an insulator also. It will ensure that if the place where they are sitting is very cold, kushala grass will reduce the temperature, it will provide some kind of warmth. On a hot day, when somebody is sitting on kushala grass, then it is going to reduce the amount of heat that they are going to feel. So first thing is that they lay the kushala grass. On the kushala grass, what they do, they lay either deer skin or tiger skin. If you put a tiger skin, then if tiger skin is on the kushala grass and then somebody is doing a dhyana, they get vairagyam. Whereas when they use deer skin and do jnana, they will be in a position to get a peace very, very fast. So if you are going to be looking at internal peace and you want to get into yourself, it is recommended that a deer skin is going to be the better one. Of course, in the house it is not possible. I'm just telling you. So they were ajina means kusha ajina. That is putting a hide of leather, hide of either deer or a tiger. And then chaila. On that they put a cloth. Chaila means a cloth. In fact, the Tamil word shelai came only from chaila. Chaila means cloth. So then on the deer skin or the tiger skin, they also put a small cloth so that the hair of the deer or the tiger does not stick to them and they will be able to be comfortably sitting over there. So when you have a deer, kushara, first is kusha, ajina, shaila, uttaram. So first is kushal, grass, then the skin, then the cloth, and on that they have to sit and do meditation. The other reason for this kind of packing up of the materials is that will provide them with comfort. It will provide them a very soft base. So when they sit and meditate in that kind of a place, they will be able to sit in the same posture for a longer period of time. It will not be very hard. It will not be hurting any part of their body. So chaila ajina kusha uttaram. The other important thing is when they put a kind of deer skin or tiger skin, it is believed that in the kind of forest when rishis are doing meditation, the insects will not come there, scorpions will not come, snakes will not come, because these people will be continuously doing meditation. They will not know what is happening around them, and they have to be absolutely free that of all these insects. So when they have the chaila ajina is deer skin or tiger skin, it also protects them from snakes or scorpions or other small insects which may come and bite them, which will be a distraction for them, so that they will be able to have a undistracted meditative process. So on that they do the meditation. So we have to understand. So if you are going to be doing at the house, what I would suggest is that you have a kind of a soft base on which you can sit down and then do the meditation. And on that you also put a small line of cloth, good clean line of cloth, and then sit down. Maybe you can put a yoga mat. On the yoga mat, you can put one small piece of good cloth, and on that cloth, you can sit down and meditate in the case of house, because we will not be able to build up kushala, child, ajina, kushatara. We can use only chaila with us. The other thing is that in the meditation, they say that you may have to sit on the floor and do it. Okay. And some of us may not find it very easy to sit on the floor. It is also okay that we can sit on the chair comfortably and do it. The most important thing in the kind of meditation is sthira sukha asanam. Sukha can be physically, it should be comfortable. It should not be that you are not able to be sitting in that posture for more than half an hour. The other thing is that people say that people who are doing yogasana, at the end of yogasana, they have meditative practice also. Why yogasana is done? Yogasana is done not only for taking care of the body, but also if somebody has to sit in meditative posture, only when we do such kinds of asanas, we'll be able to keep our body in a squatted posture, any posture that is possible. Otherwise, it becomes extremely difficult. The other thing that we have to also bear in mind is that it is better that we start practicing that at an early age. When we are at the mid-40s, mid-50s itself, we start getting into the meditative practice of sitting down and doing it, because at later years, we will find that the body has got a lot of problems. You may have an arthritic pain, you may have a knee problem, you may have some pain here, there, etc. So you cannot sit on meditation because the body will continue to say that I'm having pain. So if at all you want to do meditation, you have to start at the earlier age and then start practicing this. So this is what is being told as to how to prepare yourself for meditation. Shucho deshe pratishtapya sthiramatanam atmanah natyushtitam na ati uchtitam na ati nicham chaila ajina kusha uttaram. So it is preparing the place for meditation. Now we will go to the next shloka.
Lalita Ramachandran Bagini.
Yes, Mother.
tat तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा
यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः
यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः
नेक्स्ट
शीला शिंदे भगिनी
उपविश्यासने युञ्जाद्
उपविश्यासने युञ्जात् उपविश्यासने युञ्जात्
योगमात्मविशुद्धये
योगमात्मविशुद्धये योगमात्मविशुद्धये
उपविश्यासने युञ्जाद् योगमात्मविशुद्धये
उपविश्यासने युञ्जात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये उपविश्यासने युञ्जात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये
नेक्स्ट
राजेश्वरी शिवशंकर भगिनी
Or is it Yunyat or Yunjad?
युञ्जाद्
It's written ta in mine, that's why I asked.
sorry
It's written as ta in my books.
no the thing is that युञ्जाद् okay the thing is it is supposed to be a single word they would have used in some book युञ्जाद् yoga idya they would have put other idya also when this da half da joins with yo it becomes the fourth da and then they put yo if you are using a Sanskrit book. But when you're splitting it, it will be yunjat. Sometimes this tasmat also, tasmat has got to have the first ta only. But when it is going to have a compound word, the third ta will become the first ta will become a third ta also.
Okay.
So, you know, syat is the first ta, but in some of the cases it becomes third ta in the case of compounding it. You don't worry about the grammatical part of it. You say yunjad.
Yunjad. Okay, thanks.
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः
तत्रैकाग्रं महः कृत्वा
मनः कृत्वा
ओके तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यदचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यदचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः
Good. Next.
लक्ष्मी बीवी भगिनी
उपविश्यासने युञ्जाद् योगमात्मविशुद्धये
उपविश्यासने युञ्जात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये उपविश्यासने युञ्जात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये
Next.
भानुरेखा भगिनी
First line 2 times.
Yes, sir. तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः
Next.
के ललिता भगिनी
Second line 2 times.
Yes, sir. उपविश्वासने युञ्जात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये उपविश्वासने युञ्जात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये
Good. Next.
वीणा फानिश्री भगिनी
The entire shloka once slowly.
Yes, sir. तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः उपविश्यासने युञ्ज्यात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये.
Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
Yes, shloka.
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः उपविश्वासने युञ्ज्यात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये.
Upavishya asane. Upavishya means sit on the seat. Upavishya asane. Asane upavishya. Okay. Upavishya asane.
उपविश्यासने युञ्ज्यात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये.
Next.
Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
1 minute, ma'am.
Yeah.
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः उपविश्यासने युज्यात् योगमात्मा विशुद्धये.
Yunjyad. Inj should come. Yunjyad, not Vijyad. Yunjyad.
Yunjyat. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yunjyat. Thank you.
Yeah. Next.
Leena Mehul Dhamma Bhagini.
Both the lines once.
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः उपविश्यासने युञ्ज्यात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये.
Good. Next.
Srimati Bhagini.
Yeah. Entire shloka once.
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः उपविश्यासने युञ्ज्यात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये.
Good. Next.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः उपविश्यासने युञ्ज्यात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये.
Good. One more person.
Bhanu Rekha Bhagini.
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः उपविश्यासने युञ्ज्यात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये.
So what we shall do is, I'll take the next shloka also, then we'll look at the entire meaning together. Okay? Because he says Upavishyasane, after sitting. Okay, then there are a lot of things to be done. No, that also we'll take it up now. And then we'll go to that entire meaning. Next.
Kashmira Bhagini.
Samankaya Shiro Grivam.
समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवम् समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवम्
Dharayannachalam Stiraha.
धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः
Samankaya Shiro Grivam. Dharayannachalam Stiraha.
समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवम् धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवम् धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः.
Next.
Krishna Pavani Bhagini.
Samprekshya nasikagram swam.
सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं
Dishachanavalokayan.
दिशश्चानवलोकयन् दिशश्चानवलोकयन्
सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन्
सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन् सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन्
Next.
शीला शिंदे भगिनी
समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवं धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः
समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवम् धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवम् धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः
Next.
लक्ष्मी बीवी भगिनी
सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन्
सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन् सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन्.
Good. Next.
के ललिता भगिनी
First line 2 times.
Yes, sir. समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवं धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवं धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः.
Next.
राजेश्वरी शिवशंकर भगिनी
Second line 2 times.
सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन् सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं
Swam, not swam, swam.
सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन् सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन्.
Good. Next.
अनुपमा भट्ट भगिनी
The entire shloka once.
समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवं धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन्.
Next.
ललिता रामचंद्रन भगिनी
Yes. Samkaya Shiro
No.
Samkaya.
Sama. I think yesterday also we had sama. Sama we're talking a lot of times. Samangkaya shiro grivam.
Samkaya Shiro Grivam Dharayannachalam Stiraha Samprekshya Nasikagram Swam Vishaschanavalokayan.
Next.
वीणा फानिश्री भगिनी
Yes, please. समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवं धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन्.
Good. Next.
साई लक्ष्मी भगिनी
समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवं धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन्.
Good. Next.
लीना मेहुलदामा भगिनी
समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवं धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन्.
Good. Only one more person.
उषा श्रीनिवासन भगिनी
Yes, sir. समङ्काय शिरो ग्रीवं धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन्.
Good. So we'll go to the meaning of these two slokas. So before that, in this sloka number 611, we were looking at where to sit and how you have to prepare the seat that you need to have. Shucho deshe pratishtapya tiramasanam atmanah na ati ushtitam na ati nicham chaila ajina kusha uttaram. So you have been able to prepare a seat. Okay. And I also told that we may have better to sit facing north. Okay, that is the other thing that you can all follow. And this particular thing is the Chailajina Kushottaram. You try to have a soft place wherein you can sit comfortably with a neat cloth over this. Best thing is to put a yoga mat and then put a soft cloth on that. Some people may even put floor, the mat, normally we have got this mat. On the mat also they put some cloth and sit, but mat will sometimes be very, very hard. So better to have a yoga mat kind of thing. On that you can put this particular cloth and then sit facing north. Okay, this is desha. This desha means the place. Shucho desha, it should be also clean place. And ekaki rahasithitaha, it should be silent, you should be alone, it should not be having any disturbances. Avoid so much of light also coming into that place. In that particular place, you are gone there to do the meditation. Okay, just your place. And first is desha, then kala. Kala means time. When should you do the meditation? That is the next thing that arises. If you look at a jnani, a person who is already a sannyasi's lifestyle, they do meditation most of the time. Anytime they'll be doing meditation, and then they'll do other kinds of work. They will do some kind of reading or some teaching, again go into meditation. They spend substantial amount of time on meditation because they are primarily they are sannyasis. They are only in a contemplative mood in terms of trying to understand the self and try to be establishing themselves in the self divinity. But we do not have the luxury of having such kinds of meditative practices all through the day, like what they do. So, what is the best time to do it? That is the question that arises in everybody's mind. Yesterday, we had a lot of discussion. Somebody said we'll do it at 3:30. Somebody said morning. We had a lot of discussion. But what does our shastras and what do the people say is that if you look at that way, in early morning, when you get up, when you're sleeping, you are in a tamasic state. Okay, you are absolutely sleeping, tamasic state. You don't have any idea of your body. Your mind is also at rest, deep sleep. So you get up from the body, you get up in the morning, and then what do? You get into action of your office work or household work or packing of children and husband to the office, and all those kinds of, or you may yourself go to the office. All this work is all going to make you rajasic from sometime 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 7:30 onwards. You'll be continuously busy with lot of things that you need to do. You'll be action oriented. So you are tamasic. From tamasic, you are going to be sattvic for some time. Okay. And then from sattvic, you become rajasic. So the sattvic is the time which is better suited for somebody to do meditation. That's the reason yesterday I told that it is better that we do the meditation early in the morning before we get into our daily activities. Best thing will be what they say the best time for doing this meditation is in the Brahma Muhurtam. Brahma Muhurtam is said to be 2 Naligai. I don't know. Each Naligai is 24 minutes. 2 Naligai is 48 minutes. 48 minutes before the sunrise is supposed to be the Brahma Muhurtam, which is one of the best time for doing meditation and also doing such kinds of prayerful things. Okay, that is called the Brahma Muhurtam. If you look at most of the sannyasis, they get up very early in the morning at 4:30. Ashrams and all, they get up very early and do this. So the best time is supposed to be Brahma Muhurtam, which is 2 Naligas, that is 48 minutes before the sunrise. That is what is the best time. That is the sattvic time. So you have got a tamasic sleeping, then the sattvic time is there, then you become rajasic. Before becoming rajasic, meditation is you can do meditation. That will be the most effective way of doing meditation. The other thing is that then the whole day you are rajasic, and then after rajasic, towards the evening time, you become sattvic and then become tamasic. So the evening time around 6:30, 7 could be another good time for doing meditation. If you look at that way, the way our ancestors and our elders were doing puja was, in the morning they'll do puja. In the morning, early morning, they'll get up and then light a lamp and then start chanting some shloka. And then evening also around 6:30, 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the evening, they light a lamp and then tell shloka. That is all supposed to be sattvic time, which is very, very suitable for prayers. So the best time for meditation will be the sattvic time. That is tamasa sleeping, you get up and before getting into work, rajasic, that sattvic time is good time. Other one is the evening after the rajasic activity, the whole day that you are engaged in, Then you become sattvic, and then you go to bed and sleep with tamasic. So that time, that's around 6:30 or 6 o'clock in the evening, is a better time. If you look at Sandhya Vandanam also, some of the men folks do Sandhya Vandanam. So Sandhya Vandanam, they say, Kana Amal, before the sun rises, you should do Sandhya Vandanam Argyam. Then the Madhyanyam is Kona Amal, when the sun is right at the top. And then Kandu, just before the sun sets, you have to offer the Argyam. So that is what they say. So that is the same kind of time that is fit for meditation. So Desha, we are clear. We are also clear about Kala. So we have to understand and come to a conclusion when we will start our meditative practice from tomorrow. Then, before going to this Shloka, I'll take this Shloka. Samam Kaya Shiro Grivam. So now we have made the seat for sitting. Okay. And then the seat is soft. It is very comfortable for us. And sitting, it is better to be in a squatting position. In Tamil, we say Chaplangutikal. Either you can be Chaplangutin Okandagla, Ilanaka, you can be in Ardha Padmasan or full Padmasan. But you should be able to sit through that half an hour time. Okay. So you have to take that kind of a seat. If people are not able to sit on the floor, they may perhaps use a chair and then sit in the chair in a proper posture. Ensure that the foot is going to touch the ground. On the ground, you put some kind of a mat so that the foot does not touch directly the floor. But the foot should be firmly established onto the floor. Otherwise, what happens is that you have a tendency for shaking your foot. That should not happen. Body should not be shaking the entire half an hour as far as possible. So that is the right kind of chair can be taken, and then you sit there comfortably, and you can put your foot on the ground and then make everything absolutely stable. So that is a seat preparation of how to sit. Then after sitting, Bhagavan says very clearly, Samam Kaya Shiro Grivam. Kayam means body. Body means in this particular case, you have to take as the entire back portion, spine portion. The spine portion, and then Kaya, Shira. Shira means head. The entire torso that we have from the place where we sit up to the head, and the neck. Grivam is neck. Head, neck, and the body should be samam, should be straight and erect. Samam Kaya Shiro Grivam. That is very, very important in terms of meditative practice. So you have to understand this. Tomorrow also when we do, our Swamiji also says, Samam Kaya Shiro Grivam Dharakan Achalam Stiraha. You will continue to emphasize on this. So the best thing is sit with the Kayam, that is the torso, the neck, and the head, all erect and straight. That should be the thing. Foot, if you are not sitting on the, if you are sitting on the chair, foot should be firmly on the ground, and you have to ensure that you have got a mat over there. Otherwise, sit in Ardha Padmasana or Padmasana or squat your legs and sit. Okay. Samam Kaya Shiro Grivam. Then Dharayan. So Dharayan means you are ensuring that with this you are supporting yourself. Achalam. You are not going to shake your body at all. Okay, so you should ensure that the entire period of 30 minutes or whatever time you're taking, the body should not be moving. Achalam. Achalam means not moving. Stiraha, firm. It should be firm. It should not be shaking. Some people may have tendency to go like this, go like that. No? Those things will happen at the time of starting meditative practice. But this is what is the posture that what Bhagavan recommends. Okay, so Samam Kaya Shiro Grivam Dharayan Achalam Stiraha. Then what do you do? After sitting down, Sampreksha Nasikagram Swam. Focus your eyes where? Nasika Agram, tip of the nose. Okay. Sampreksha Nasika Agram, Nasika Agram, so tip of the nose. So he is also telling Swam. Swam means your own nose. Okay. If you are not given Swam, maybe we start focusing on somebody else's nose tip. But here he is telling very specifically, you are supposed to focus your eyes towards the tip of your nose. When you focus your eyes to the tip of the nose, automatically the eyeballs come to almost the center, and the eyelids are also half closed. So that is the position that you get. And that is a concentration position. But what I would suggest, as Tamal Swamiji suggests, is that you ensure that the eyeball is fixed in that position, and then close your eyes softly. And then in that position, you lock it. Okay. Even in the last chapter also, chapter 5 also, Bhagavan says, Chakshuhu Chaivantaro Bruvoho. He told that ensure that the eyeballs are kept at the center towards the Bruvoho. He had mentioned that also, how to manage the eyeballs. Here he is going further to tell you that before closing your eyes, Nasikagram Swam. Samprekshya, focus your eyes, nasikagram swam, at the tip of the nose. And then dishacha anavalokayan. Do not, anavalokayan means do not start looking here, there and all. Okay. Dishacha, directions, he says, you don't start looking around this way, that way, etc. You keep your eyes fixed in that particular place. And then if you want, you can close your eyes. If you find it very strainful for you to keep focusing like that, you can even close your eyes gently and softly. So, samam kaya shiro grivam dharayan achalam sthiraha samprekshya nasikagram swam dishacha anavalokayan. Then after doing all these things, you are now prepared yourself for the meditation. Then you need to have a prayerful, start with a prayerful thought. Some people start with Ghananam Shloka, or some people will say, just think of Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, then Bata Pita Guru Devo. You just initially have a mental manasika namaste for them, seeking their blessings so that you are able to do this particular thing without any victim, without any obstacles. Then what do? Then upavishyasane. So after doing all these things, then after sitting, tatra ekakram, in that position, ekakram manakritva, ensure that your mind is going to be ekakram. It is not going to start fluctuating here and there. You are going to compose your mind into only this particular task that you have in hand. Yata chitta indriya kriyaha. After having absolute control over Chitta and Indriya. Chitta means mano nigraham. You are able to ensure that you are not going to be under the control of your mind. Mano nigraham. Chittendriya kriya means Indriya nigraham. Your senses are not going to take you here, there, etc. Yatha, put efforts in terms of mano nigraham, chit, and then Indriya nigraham. Then tatra ekakram. So have a good focus. Yunjat, then you try to ensure that you are able to connect yourself with the deeper things, meaning that is you wanted to pursue in terms of meditation. Yogam Atma Vishuddhaye. Then here, what do you do is that Atma Vishuddhaye means you're already having a very good some understanding of Brahman, divinity, sitting inside, all the things we understand. By doing all these things, Yunjat, you get connected, and then make it much more stronger in terms of your understanding of this jnana, make it further strengthened by Yunjat Yogam Atma Shuddhaye. This Atma Shuddhaye means it is also going to cleanse your Atma, self-divinity or mind cleaning up. At the same time, you are able to establish firmly in yourself. It's a practice. So he is just now telling us to how all you have to start meditative practice. And I want to tell you, I do not want to give you a kind of higher level of expectation. It will be very difficult to continue the meditation for a sustained period of time over 6 months, 1 year, or continuously like that. Even people don't have one day they attend, second day they are not able to come. They feel, oh, it's boring, yeah, 1 hour, half an hour, who is going to sit? That is the kind of thing it happens. But the fact is that to understand what meditation can bring, it should take at least 6 months of this regular practice. Unless otherwise you do that, you will find that you are going to have a challenge in terms of sitting for half an hour with yatha chitta indriya kriya. You cannot control your mind, you cannot control your indriyas. You will not be getting into meditative practice at all, and you will not be able to understand the peace that is there within us. So what I am trying to tell you is that meditation is a very, very important thing. It is not like hypnotism. You cannot expect that just I close my eyes and then I don't know what happened half an hour. It's not hypnotism. It is your own effort in terms of how we are going to understand yourself. So this is all Bhagavan's method. It is not our method. Bhagavan is telling this. Samankaya shirogrivam dharayan achalam stiraha samprekshya nasikakram swam dishacha anavalokayan tatra ekakram manakritva yata chitta indriya kriyaha upavishya asane unjati yogam atma vishuddhaye. So he is giving all those kinds of things in terms of, he had talked about desha niyama, he told about kala niyama, he talked about mano niyama, he has now talked about indriya niyama, he has talked about asana niyama, he is giving so many ways of things. Then asanam, seat and all he has talked about. Then kaya niyama, how are you going to manage your body and other things. So he is giving so many things as the niyama that you should follow in order to get into meditation. So these are all very beautiful shlokas that has been compiled, and I thought it's necessary that all of us should understand what Bhagavan is trying to give to us in terms of these shlokas. Okay, now we can go to next shloka.
Bhanureka Bhagini.
Yes.
Prashantatma vigatabhihi
प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः
ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः
ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः
प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः
प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः.
Next.
Sheila Shinde Bhagini.
मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्तः
मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्तः मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्तः
आसीत मत्परः
युक्त आसीत मत्परः युक्त आसीत मत्परः
मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः
मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः.
Kashmira Bhagini.
प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः
प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः.
Next.
Krishna Pavani Bhagini.
मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः
मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः.
Good. Next.
Srimati Bhagini.
First line 2 times.
Yes, Mother. प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः.
Next.
Veena Fanishri Bhagini.
Second line 2 times.
Yes, Mahodaya. मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्तः
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 that is mat. Mat means என்னுடைய சித்தஹ மச்சித்தஹ என்னையே நினைச்சிருக்கிறார். பகவான் is telling, please think of me, மச்சித்தஹ manasayamya, controlling the mind, machchittaha, having me in your thought, yukta asita, sit there and think of the matparaha. Matparaha means achieving me only as the end. Destination is mat, me. At the end of the you have to achieve me. Bhagavan is telling me. So machchittaha, please think of me, machchitta. Mat chittaha become machchittaha in Sanskrit. Okay. Manasayamya machchittaha yukta asita matparaha.
मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्तः मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः मनः संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः.
In this particular line, the last word is mat parah. This also is actually speaking, if you want to split it, is mat chittah. But when it becomes compound, it becomes mat chittah. So mat chittah, mat parah. Mat, both of them have got mat chittah, mat parah. Because it's compounding in Sanskrit becomes mat chittah. Okay?
Once again repeat, sir.
No, if you look at the second line, the last word that you see is mat parah. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So
Matparaha.
paraha means it is the my own thing. Mat paraha means my absolute divinity. Mat paraha. Mat paraha. Paraha absolute. So mat chittaha, mat paraha. So the mat chittaha is mat chittaha because mat chittaha. You get
Yes,
me?
sir.
You got it or still confusing?
No, sir.
You get no manas sayyamya. Second line. Mana
Mana.
संयम्य मत् चित्तः become मच्चित्तः मनः संयम्य मच्चित्तः that is control your mind and keep me in your mind मत् चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः then try to connect with the ultimate of reaching my absolute nature मत्परः युक्त आसीत मत्परः मत चित्तः मनस संयम्य युक्त मत्परः. Okay.
Yes,
I
sir.
think I have confused you further. Okay.
No, sir.
Next.
K. Lalita Bhagini.
Yeah,
Yes.
can you chant the first line 2 times?
प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः.
Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
Second line 2 times.
मनः संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः मनः संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः.
Next.
Rajeshwari Shankar Bhagini.
Full shloka once.
प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभीः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः मनः संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः.
Next.
Lalita Ramachandran Bhagini.
Yes, ma'am. प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः मनः संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः.
Next.
Lakshmi Bibi Bhagini.
प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः मनः संयम्यमच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः.
No person.
Leena Mehul Dama Bhagini.
प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः मनः संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः.
Good. So now we'll go to the meaning of this shloka. If you look at that way, first what he's telling is that Prashantatma Vigadavihi Brahmachari Vrate Stitah. Brahmachari Vrate means at least at the time of doing meditation, your attitude should be like a brahmachari. A brahmachari who is in ashramam, they got lot of niyamas. Not only in ashramam, even in the day-to-day life, they got lot of niyamas. They have got a responsibility to get up early in the morning in our Hindu Sanatana Dharma. get up early in the morning, and then they got a lot of work to do. They have to do the Sandhya Vandan and other prayers, and then they have to do some dhyana, all those kinds of things are there. And they have to maintain a level of celibacy till their marriage. So those kinds of things are very strict in the case of brahmachari. A brahmachari means they maintain a lot of discipline in their living. They learn a lot, but maintain a very high level of austerity and celibacy and other kinds of things in life. So at the time of meditation, at least they say the brahmachari vratayasitaha, the kind of thing that he was physically ensuring and taking care of it. At that time, at least you have to have a mentally, you got to have that kind of a restraint from many kinds of thoughts coming into you. And your actions, once you are getting into the journey of karma yogi and understanding oneself in the self-knowledge, then there has to be moderation in terms of whatever we are engaged in. And moderation is very, very important. And so that is what he studied, brahmachari vratayasthitaha. So that kind of disciplined individual, he has to discipline himself when you are getting into the meditative process. Then vigada bihi, he should be out of fear. He should not have any kind of fear. Sometimes what happens is that when we are sitting in meditation, we get into some kind of insecurity in your mind. Oh, I have not done that. Oh, that has got to be done. This has got to be done. So we have a tremendous level of insecurity that we have, which will come up when we are just going to come and sit on the particular meditative thing. He says, remove all those kinds of thoughts. Remove, do not have any kind of fear. And in fact, in the 5th chapter also, in the Shloka number 27, he has told that Yata Chittendriya Manoho Yata Chittendriya Mano Buddhir Munirmoksha Parayana Vigate Icha Baya Krodha. Vigata Icha Baya Krodha. You have got to get yourself freed of Icha, desires, Baya, fear, and Krodha, anger. Sasada Yukta Evasaha. Then, yeah, the one who is able to do that, that is the person who is a Sada Yukta hai. He is the person who is the yogi. That's what he said. So he said, you got to get rid of fear. We always have some kind of fear of anxiety, fear of insecurity. He says, get rid of that. He says, Yoga Kshemam Bahamyaham. Bhagavan has told that Yoga Kshem Paritranaya Sadhuna Vinasha Srishtam Dharma Samtavanakaya Sambhava Yuga Yuge. Another sloka he says, no, Yoga Kshemam Bahamayam. Ananya Chinta Yandoma Yajana Parjipasate, Tesham Nitya Viktaram, Yoga Kshemam Bahamyam. He tells us the last sloka in Bhagavad Gita as well, Vishnu Sahasranam. So he says that I am responsible for Yoga Kshema. Why are you worried about that? So think of this particular thing. That Yoga Kshema Bahamyam is the responsibility of Bhagavan. He will take care of me. Yoga, when he can take care of the entire world, I am sitting for half an hour. I don't have to have any fear. So Vigada Bihi. Manas Sayamya. Ensure that your mind is absolutely under your control. We talked about Mana Niyamam, and then we also talked about Indriya Niyamam, etc. required for meditation. So Mana Sayamya, Machittaha. At the end of the day, we have to realize only through our mind. So he says that Machittaha, you establish me in your mind. Machittaha, think about me, meditate on me. Yukta Asita, engage in this yoga yourself, sit inside yoga. Matparaha, with the absolute goal of coming to me. With the absolute goal of coming to me only. Matparaha. Prashanta Atma, be absolutely at peace. Prashanta Atma, Vigadabihi, Manasayamya, Machittaha, Matparaga, Yukta Asita. He studied that. He'll continue further. So we'll perhaps close the class at this particular place. He's so beautifully explaining as to how one has got to understand the self-divinity in oneself and how one has to prepare in terms of dhyana, because only through dhyana we'll be able to understand ourselves over a practice for extended periods of time. Okay, so we'll stop with this today. Shuchau deshe pratishtapya sthiramasanamatmanah natyushthithannati nicham chailajina kushottaram tatraikakram manah kritva yatachittendriya kriyah Upavishyasane yunjad yogamatma vishuddhaye samankaya shiro grivam dharayanna chalam stirah samprekshyanasikagram swam dishachanavalokayan prashantatma vigadabhihi brahmachari vrate stitah मनः संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः।